to get real.
How are we doing, guys? This is FIFA Lords here, and welcome to the first episode of Season 2. And I bet you're wondering what happened to the last episode of Season 1, and why is there already a gameplay? Basically, guys, I said I had 2 pre-recorded videos, but I can't find them. I have spent hours watching every single one of my videos and deleting them as I went to find the video. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I don't know what's happened. It's gone. It's disappeared. So I'm very sorry about that. And basically, the last episode of the last season, I had 2 games remaining to get 1 win. I won that first game I played. I used a full Legends team, so one of my subscribers asked for that. And I decimated my opponent. I think it was 5-1 or 6-1. And then I used a full Portuguese team, which someone else asked me to use for the first episode, for the first game of this season, of this new Division 1 run. And I won 1-0 with the Portuguese team. That was a really grindy game as well. Anyway, that's that. One game already with 1-0 win, and this is the team I'm going to be using. So we do have the Zlatan Crespo hybrid, and yeah, we've got Rodriguez, Matuidi, team of the season. We've got a very nice, strong looking team there. We've got some legends on the bench. It could be any one of these legends. Oh yeah, pink slips, that's the other case, pink slips. So, basically, I said I was going to do a pink slips for a legend this weekend coming. I'm really sorry I didn't do that. I was meant to be on holiday as of Friday. But again, we had to fire another member of staff, one of the new girls, and we've hired someone else. I've had to spend more time at work training. These last 2 weeks I've been pulling crazy hours, but I finally started my holiday now. And ooh, nice team, nice team. We've got Benzema left forward, we've got Sanchez. Okay, it is a decent BBVA team. And basically with this team here, he's definitely a skiller. I don't think you're going to see much crosses from this guy, so he's going to try and skill into my box. And yeah, so what was I saying? So yeah, I really apologise about not doing the Legends pink slip. I'm still going to do it. Basically, I'm going to do it this weekend. And as a sorry, I'm going to do a team of the season pink slip as well. I'll do a team of the season pink slip on Thursday, which is hopefully 2 days after I upload this video. If I upload it on time. I mean, I've got all day, but I might just fall straight back to bed after this game. And another thing as well, I haven't played a Division 1 game for about 2 weeks now, so I might be a bit rusty. These last 2 weeks I've just been coming home late, tired, broken, shattered, and yeah, so I've just been playing tournament, just keeping it simple, no stress. And I've been wrecking. I've lost a couple games here and there. I haven't won every single game, but I've won that fucking tournament trophy so many times now. So yeah, that's that. I've been using a lot of different squads. So that's also been quite fun for me. And you know, sometimes in this game it is nice just to play some bad opponents. I don't know, maybe it sounds a bit cheap and the easy route, but it's just nice to absolutely demolish your opponent. Like, I had so many rage quits. There's one game I won like 11-0. The guy wouldn't leave. He stayed to the last and I beat him 11-0. I got 2 rainbow volley goals on him. But I didn't record any of that footage because I won't be using any footage from tournament gameplay for any squad builders. I don't use tournament gameplay footage for squad builders or reviews because it's not fair. It's not fair analysis of the player, because you can literally take a bronze player, and if you're playing against a bad opponent, you can just fake shot into opponents all the way up into your opponent's goal. So you can't use tournament gameplay as a reference point when it comes to evaluating a player is good or not. A good player, you can only evaluate a good player against a good opponent. Because a bad player, if you play against a bad opponent, is still going to play good. Anyway, so that's that out of the way. So we're going to have team of the season pink slip on Thursday, and we're going to have a legend pink slip on the weekends. I'll put that on my Twitter as well. I'll figure out how another one of my subscribers. Actually, I really like this guy. His name's Solid Snake, I think. He's given me a lot of advice throughout my videos on bits and bobs that I should do for my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for putting that information there for me, mate. I'll figure out how to link my YouTube channel with Twitter, and I'll put the information on the pink slips on Twitter as well. I'll put the information on this description too. Hearing throughout this video, guys, the audio quality was really shady. It's starting to twatter a little bit there, and then in about 10 seconds from now, the tatter, whatever the hell you want to call it, static, interference, corruption, corrupted file, whatever it is, it starts to get really bad for the audio. The gameplay is not too bad, but the audio was horrendous, and you can't make out a word I'm saying, so it's going to be a voiceover for the rest of it. And one of my subscribers asked me about just a couple of tips and tricks to use whilst in game. So I'm going to go through two, one for defensive, one for offensive, that I use a lot. Now, what I use a lot when I'm defending, now honestly it depends, there's a few ways of defending, and I don't always use what I'm about to tell you now. I slide this in with the regular defensive methods that you're probably aware of, and a lot of other people, a lot of other YouTubers I've seen, like Dirty Mike, Mr. Games Master 1, about, you know, not sprinting at your opponent, holding the right, what's it called? The left trigger to parry around. Yeah, that's great advice. I use it as well. It definitely works. About just marking the runs, yes, that works as well. But the other thing, the main thing that I use, not all the time, but most of the time, is using my analog stick to select my centre back and positioning where I want to be positioned, and then using right bumper to apply pressure to my opponent. Usually, like, your opponent will do an LBA, or he'll be trying to, like, just hold the ball back, look in Division 1 this is, trying to look for an over the top, or for a 1-2 opportunity, or just for a simple through ball, or for the cross. Whilst you're holding your centre back, you're really locking down that central area near your box. So your opponent is going to find it very difficult to get past you. He might be able to get past that one player, then you can, if he gets past that one player, he probably doesn't have a good foot on the ball, you can push your centre back up real quick to take it back, or you can hold him back and mark the play. Especially if he's sweaty, this method works great. Using the right bumper to apply the pressure, he's trying to sweat it around you, quick passes, but then you've got the extra centre back just picking off that one pass, allowing to get a counter attack. Don't use it for the full 90 minutes, mix it in with regular defending for high pressure with low pressure, because then that you're trying to dictate how your opponent plays. When you play high pressure, he really has to pass it out a little bit or try and skill past you. When you play low pressure, it's hard for him to pass it around or skill it around you, so he has to rely on, again, the 1-2s, the long over the tops and stuff like that. So by forcing your opponent into a game style, you can counter him with your own gameplay. And then on the offensive, guys, a massive tip, LBA. Just LBA all the time. Okay, I say all the time unless you're using a centre back or something, obviously. But when you're with your forward players, your central midfield players, LBA a lot, but the trick is not to always then pass to him. So LBA, the guy's making the run, but don't pass, like, yeah, obviously sometimes if you see him making a good run, give him a pass. Or every now and again, throw the pass over to him. But the trick is, pass to somebody else. Usually your opponent, especially in Division 1, will read that LBA, try to stop the run, which opens up the pitch to one of your other players to make a pass to. Or it actually opens up the pitch to the player that has the ball, which lets you run up a bit further, do a couple of skills, and get into position. So LBA all the time, but don't always pass the player making the run. Obviously, every now and again, throw a pass to him, it will get through. But if you do it over the top to the LBA character every single time, your opponent will shut you down after a while. So go for the unexpected pass. Turn it round, take it back a little bit, bring it back up the pitch. So LBA all the time, but look for the right opportunity to actually make the pass to the player making the run. And another one as well. So there's that, and then if you do an LBA with the central defensive midfielder, let's say you're using a 4-1-2-1-2 or using this 4-2-2-2, and you got a good central defensive midfielder. I mean, like, he's good at shooting, like Schweinsteiger, Hullet, Effenberg, Ramirez not so much, Luis Gustavo works. Players like that are decent at taking a shot on goal. Do an LBA with them from the central defensive midfield, then pass the ball up the pitch, fake shot, maybe do a couple of skills to get some space, and that CDM will be gunning past your opponent's front line at some point. When that happens, LBA to him, that works a lot. Hullet's got a lot of goals for me doing that, but then again, that is rude Hullet. I have done it with Schweinsteiger, Matuidi and other players that are decent at taking a shot, but obviously if you got overpowered players like Hullet, it's just a lot better that way. So that's an offensive tip. As you can see, the first half, we were very equally matched opponents. I'm a good player, he was a good player. We're locking each other down pretty good. We were forcing each other, like I'm saying, to switch our gameplays. And it was hard to find an opening. That's definitely true for that. See there, I'm passing it back a little bit in the footage that you're seeing. Then I'm pushing it up the pitch. I'm committing his forward players, freeing up that midfield to then get back up the pitch and try and make a cross, cut in, do what I need to do to get the goal. And so that's really the two main tips I've got for the offensive defensive this time. I'll think of something else next time. I mean, the thing is right now, FIFA 14, if you look around, all the tips are out. Like all the good tips are already out there. Dirty Mike, he's got some great defensive, great offensive tips. If you haven't seen it, go check him out. Mr. Games Master 1 as well. He's done it. He's given some very good tips and trips. So check him out as well. And lovely little break by my opponent there. I made one mistake. Remember what I was telling you? Use your centre back. Don't commit him to the play. Take control of him, bring him back and stop the play. Well, I committed my centre back and I went for the slide. I failed on both attempts, leaving Benzema acres of space to get a goal. And I went for the KSI. I couldn't get past him and boom, what a shot, but a lovely little save by his goalkeeper. Doing the KSI Legends is so OP that every now and again I play like a bit of a twat and I do it. So yeah, I get a corner, I whip it in and absolutely fantastic. Beautiful goal. Thiago Silva, I believe it was, just cracking header into the back of my opponent's net. He must be pissed. If I was him, I would be pissed. I made a mistake, he capitalised. I played like a dick and I got away with it on that occasion and scored. So he tries to reverse KSI me, but I get to that ball, no problems. Van der Sar is 6'6", he catches everything. He's got fucking glue on his gloves. So now it's 1-1. The game's getting a bit more aggressive, it's getting a bit more interesting. Fantastic through ball to Zlatan, who does a beautiful McGeady spin and absolutely demolishes my opponent there. See, another thing is, don't rush yourself. I know it's very difficult. I sometimes get a bit tense when I get into my opponent's box, but you need to keep calm when you get in that box. Just keep your composure. Don't think too far ahead, because usually what happens to me, I'm thinking so far ahead that I miss my opportunity. You need to think in the moment. In the moment when I passed this Zlatan, I could see he was gunning behind me, trying to get in front of the ball. Because in most situations, most players will take the power shot from the left foot and go for the OP far net. But I was very close to my opponent's goalkeeper, and he was gunning so fast. By the time I got the touch and took the shot, his defensive player, he slid in front of me there, he would have got in front of the ball. So as I can see, he's got massive momentum pushing forward. He can't stop really quickly. I did a McGeady spin. I had to be a McGeady spin, not a Berber spin. And that let me just slide behind his challenging player when he went down for the sliding challenge and finesse it into the back of his net. It's all about keeping calm and picking out the right skill move, the right fake shot, the right pass and the right shot. About dribbling into the right position to take the goal. And when you're in your, like, I find it as well, is keep your calm when you're in your own box as well as keep your calm when you're in your opponent's box. When your opponent is in your box, don't commit your player. If it's like a bad opponent and he's just playing like a twat, then definitely commit your player and just stop the ball. But if you see he's done a couple of skill moves, don't commit your player, because he might just fake shot, he might fake dribble, he might body feint. Just slide in behind you and take the ball and do a nice little goal. So it's all about keeping calm and knowing when to apply pressure. If you're playing against a very one-dimensional player that's just going for those first-time shots or just running forward or just one-twoing, then apply that pressure. By all means, bring your centre-backs in and lock him down. But when you're playing an opponent like this, when he turns around a lot, he's changing his game style, he's one-twoing, he's taking it down the wing, he's crossing, he's cutting in, he's doing all these different things and mixing it up, you can't commit your players in your box because he might catch you out like I did to him. So it's 2-1 now, 67th minute I think it is, somewhere around there. Lovely little over the top, but his goalkeeper got there. Very good goalkeeping. He held wide for his goalkeeper to come out there, and that was a wise decision indeed. It was a very impressive game. My opponent has played really well. I've played decently, and I can't remember if I mentioned this video or not. I think I did. But I haven't played Division 1 in a very long time. It's been like 2 weeks I've played Division 1. So I was actually a bit worried when I was getting into this game that, you know, it might not go my way. But at the moment, it seems like I've got a nice comfortable. So I got a 1-goal lead. I got a nice bit of possession on him as well. I'm playing some nice balls in, and I'm just trying to get that extra goal to guarantee me my victory now that we're heading into the latter part of the game. And I'm going to let this game ride out, and when the interesting parts come up, I will commentate on that. But just to let you guys know where I am at the moment as a YouTuber, I'll be doing a lot more content over this next, well, up till Monday. I'll be trying to do at least one video a day. I am on holiday, but again, my mom's, like I said, my parents came down, so my mom's going to America. My dad's actually coming up now, so I'll be spending some time with him from today till Thursday, but I'll still try and get the one video a day out. And I am really trying hard to challenge some YouTubers, some big YouTubers, some big names, to get you some interesting videos, so and try and pick apart their game style as well. That'll help you guys. So like watching YouTubers is one thing, but a lot of YouTubers you watch, they don't show you their full game, so it's hard to get their game style. Like KSI, like I'm never going to play him because he's just way too big. He's never going to see any of my comments. But KSI, looking at his videos, he's a bit of a sweaty bastard with a bit of skill as well. So he kind of mixes it in, but he leans towards the sweaty side than he does the skilly side. And there's just other players as well. You get slight insights into their gameplay when you see their goals, like Lucas, Derek, I don't know who else. The guy that looks like Rooney, I can't remember what his fucking name is. He's not that good, but yeah. You can see slightly what their game style is when they're playing, but they only give you like 5-minute clip. If I'll be able to play those big YouTubers, I'll be able to dissect their gameplay and give you some guys good advice if you do go up against them in the pink slips. And the way I've been trying to do that, like Derek and Matt HD Gamer, he's definitely a good player, Matt HD Gamer, I can see that for sure. Matt HD Gamer, Lucas, all these guys, I'm messaging them I'm commenting on their YouTube channels, I'm sending them private messages. I've tried Twitter now, and basically I'm offering them a pink slips of shitload of team of the season players and shitload of legends, just like millions and millions of coins worth of players, and I'm making it very specific, very precise as well. I'm telling them the message, this is a pink slip opportunity. I am not going to be wagering them. So if I win, it would just be basically them wasting 20 minutes of their day playing me, and if they win, they get to win millions and millions of coins worth of players. Unfortunately, I have got no response. I'm trying to just target YouTubers that have got like at least 20k plus 1,000 subscribers, and unfortunately, like, these guys get over 1,000 messages per video that they bring out, and they probably haven't even seen my message, to be honest. They probably haven't even seen it. So hopefully one day one of them will see it and it'll catch their eye, maybe get back to me because they just want a chance to get some better players on their team, even though most of them got fucking insane players anyway. But if someone messaged me and says, I'll give you a fucking pink slip for 5-6 million coins worth of players, even if, like, I would obviously give it to them. If I'd lose, I'd give it to them. But even if I wasn't sure whether or not I'd get it, it's just a game. I'd fucking play it. If I win, I get the players, fantastic. If I win and don't get the players, I'll be a bit pissed, but it's not the end of the world. However, like, I would definitely give it to them 100%. If they win, they will take all my players. Like, I'm not gonna cheat anybody. That's not the way I am. I'm a very honest person. And so that's that. Hopefully we will get a nice pink slip against one of those guys, but I'm definitely going to be pink slipping my subscribers. Thank you very much for staying with me. I've actually grown a little bit in these 2 weeks that I have only made like 1, maybe 2 videos. I've grown about 10 subscribers, which doesn't sound a lot, but for me, it makes me happy. I've got 512, I think it was last time I checked. Maybe I've even got more now, who knows. So thank you very much for staying with me. As a thank you, as a reward, I will be pink slipping. I'll be doing 2 pink slips, 1 team of the season on Thursday and 1 legend on Saturday. And a big thank you to Solid Snakes for giving me the advice that he'd been giving me. If you got an Xbox One, mate, I'll be happy to pink slip you as well. It'll just be basically, let's see how many coins. I don't have that many coins right now. I'll have to go through my roster. I've got a shitload of players. I'll go through my roster and I'll pick something out, a team of the season or a couple of team of the seasons, or maybe even a legend. So yeah, if you do have an Xbox One and you have an opportunity to win a player against me, then go ahead, send me a message, and I'll definitely do that. So stay tuned. Thursday, pink slip number 1, team of the season player, and then Saturday I think it's going to be, but that's not 100%. It's going to be either Saturday or Sunday, legend pink slip. I'll put that information up as soon as I do have more information. I didn't go through the stats, but the stats again, they were very close. It was a very close game, 2-1 to me. So hopefully next game, again, I'll try and use a different team. I think I've already used a very similar version to this team before, so I'm trying to mix it up, not use the same team too many times. but still, I've got a lot of choice from different players. So all the teams I'm going to be using are going to be more on the expensive side, or they're going to have at least one player that's really expensive. If you guys really do want me to see more of a cheap squad builder kind of video, or let's say like a regional team, like we've only got a few teams left. There's Germany, there's Brazil, there's Holland by a millimeter. Holland's still in, and who else are there? Who else we got? Germany, Brazil, Holland, Argentina, of course. Who they might surprise us, you know. I know like they haven't been playing that well, but they're opening up a bit more against these big players, against these bigger teams. Argentina may surprise us in this World Cup. Brazil, I'd love them to win, but now that Neymar's got that back injury, he's out for a couple of months, and Thiago Silva's not been playing this game as well, because he's got the yellow card in the last game and the yellow card previous game, so he is suspended for this game coming against Germany. I think Germany's going to take this win. Argentina and Holland, it's going to be a close game. It just depends whether or not Messi turns up for Argentina and how well Robben plays and Van Persie play for Holland. Because Van Persie's not been playing that well these last couple of games. So that's going to be a hard game to call. Personally, I would like Argentina to win. And the World Cup, you know what, I'd love Brazil to win, but it's not likely it's going to be Brazil. And whoever wins, I'd be happy with any single one of them. They've all been playing decent football. They've all played good games and bad games this World Cup. That last game for Holland was atrocious. They got very lucky. I was actually watching it with, my dad was down for the day, and I was watching it with my dad at the time, and I said to him, the only reason they're playing this goalkeeper on is they've probably been doing a shitload of training with him, and they've told him that, let's say, this player here has got a 70% shooting to the left, and this player here has got a 60% shooting to the right. And because if you watch him play, he actually dived the right way every single time. That was pretty fucking impressive. So that's the Holland game out the way. And Argentina, again, when Messi turns up, he plays so well. And they actually got a really nice goal. I cannot pronounce that striker's name, but they got a very nice goal, Argentina. Beautiful play. And the way he scored it as well, like, in football, it's really hard to take control or take a shot of a ball that's bouncing up behind you the way that was, the angle that he had. That was very impressive. And the Brazil game against Colombia, Jesus Christ. Where I work, everybody is Colombian. And I really want to like Colombia. Don't get me wrong, I like Colombia as a team. They played really amazingly previously. But I love Brazil. I really do love the way they play. And even though sometimes a few of the players might need to put down their purse a little bit, that's probably the same throughout football. I really, really enjoyed that game. What a game that was. And I was watching at my place of work as well. And I was the only person cheering for Brazil. So yeah, when Brazil won, I was very, very happy. But when I saw Neymar go down, I know he's got a bit of a crybaby attitude sometimes, and he does slam on the cheese a little bit, and he could overreact. But in that instance, like when I watched him and I saw him scream, I knew straight away something was wrong. And it got confirmed that he's got that back injury. Like, he doesn't need surgery, but still he's out for a while. So that's just really sad to hear. It's quite funny because I got a Brazilian, and I got a Brazilian friend saying, "Oh, that Colombian bastards, they fucking broke his back. Oh, such bad sportsmanship." Then my Colombian friends from work, they're like, "Oh, you know what? It was a fair challenge. It's just unfortunate that Neymar fell on his knee." So it's really funny getting both perspectives there. It's just, you know, it's one of those things. Anyway, I've rambled on far too long, guys. So just stay tuned. My Solid Snake, you know who you are. So if you do have an Xbox One and you want to win a player against me, just send me a message. I'll set up a pink slip against you today or tomorrow, whenever it is. And I've got the other pink slips coming on Thursday, Team of the Season, Weekend Legends. So stay in tune for that. And this is FIFA Lords here. See you guys in my next upload.